Today we're talking about a left-wing political activist counterfeiting as a bishop. The setting is a service of prayer for the nation at the Washington National Cathedral under the bishop, the Right Reverend Mariann Edgar Budde, who is the bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Washington. The president and the first lady and the vice president and the second lady, along with their families and other leaders, gathered on Tuesday, January 22nd, at the customary prayer service for the newly inaugurated president and his team. The first thing we see wrong with this is putting the title "right" in front of her position and name. She is indeed a left-wing political activist counterfeiting as a bishop, and she has become the darling of people like those who host The View, a horrible group who appear to be for it if God is against it, and against it if God is for it.
Yeah, she used her opportunity to lecture our president along with the nation and the world and to spew her woke ideology in the name of Christianity. She has long hated Mr. Trump and biblical Christianity. This is quoted in the Christian Post. She said, "In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now," Budde said. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. The people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals, she said. But also asked Trump to have mercy on people in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own land to find compassion and welcome here, unquote.
You know, this was not only improper on many levels, but also theologically telling as to where many churches are straying from biblical truth and opting for the wokeology in the name of Christianity. Don't be fooled out there. She is a wolf in sheep's clothing, or maybe even a wolf in wolf's clothing. You know, what about the biblical definition of marriage? No mention of that. What about those raped and murdered by those who entered our country illegally and trafficked young women and children? No mention of that. What about those who are pro-life, who have been persecuted for their faith? No mention of that, of course. This doesn't fit her left activist narrative at all.
Yeah, Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council commented on X, "The cause of America's decline was not what was sitting in the pew, but what was standing behind the pulpit, and to that we say amen."
Yes, sir.
The curtains were pulled back, and the truth came out.
Absolutely. Listen, we love all of the people who choose to be homosexuals and transgenders and all of that, but that does not make it right.
That's right.
In God's eyes, it's wrong. So yes, we love them. We want the best for them. We don't want them discriminated against, but it is wrong in God's eyes, and we have to stand up and say that. Amen. And not be afraid.
Christians, just be discerning and be biblical.
And don't let people lecture you like this wolf. That's not her job. If she's truly a holy woman anointed by God, she is going to say and do the will of God, not try to be a woke person.
There was nothing biblical or holy about what she said, for sure.
You're absolutely right. So this is the new Christian wokeism that is heretical and dangerous and that has sabotaged many churches and religious institutions. Let's all pray that biblical Christians would have a holy boldness that stands and says to this bishop and those of her brand, "Not on our watch."